So in this video, I'm going to dig into surveys. So within Troof, we of course allow you to manage, collect, and respond to your reviews. But Troof isn't just about reviews. You can also collect customer feedback in many different forms within our survey section. And every single survey that's filled out or that you create and a customer fills out, we also collect all of that data and you can analyze that with our AI as well. So it's really, really powerful. And I shot another video that you can watch on how our analysis tool works. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your first survey, but also some of the other types of survey and feedback forms you can create inside of Troof. So within your account, if you click on Create First Survey, that's going to bring you through to this section here. Now, if you are a pro user, you have access to a bunch of templates. So as you can see here, we have pre-created many different types of templates with pre-created questions depending on the feedback you want to recover. So you might want to send out a cancellation form when somebody cancels a subscription. We have a feedback form for that. Again, we collect all the data for you so you can then analyze that data and look through it. We've got refund request forms, product market fit forms, product feedback, feature requests, lots of different templates that you can click and use if you are a pro user. If you're not a pro user or you want to create your own template, you can do up at the top here. So you click on Create Custom Template and that will bring you through to this page here. So the first thing we need to do is just name our form. So I'll call this feedback form. We then go through to a screen just to customize the form around your brand, and you can change the description here as well. So by default, we've got the share your feedback title, which we have on by default, but then you can change this description here to whatever you want. So I'm just going to go with please fill this form out just for now. So you can upload your logo here and then change the brand color, and you can also toggle on whether you want to allow anonymous responses as well. That's completely up to you depending on what you're collecting as feedback. So once we've saved those changes, we've now got the form saved, or this feedback form saved. We now need to ask our questions. So you get to add your own questions just by clicking on Add Next Question. You can choose whether it's text, single choice, multiple choice. Is it a rating or emoji rating? Do you want to allow a file upload if you're collecting more data? You can choose it to be required. And then of course you can enter your question here. So if I just go with just text, how do you rate our website as an example? If you want to add an image, you can do. I'm just going to leave this as a question. If you want to add more questions after this, you can do here. I'm just going to click save for now. Then we go through to the thank you page. So once somebody has shared their feedback, you can then type in if you want a custom thank you message. I will just click save. But that is our form fully done. Now, if I head back over to my surveys here, you are going to see your surveys in here. So this is the one I've just done. So if I click on that arrow there, it's going to open the survey. So here we've got our survey. You click on continue. How do you rate our website? This is where we can type our answer. It's amazing. Just as an example, click continue. And there we go. We've got a thank you for your feedback, and that is done. So if I now go back over to our account here, I'm just going to refresh. We've now got a response on our form, as you can see up here. So here we can look at our responses on this little bubble here. So we can see here's our responses in here. Of course, depending on how many questions you ask, and what data and information you're asking for, you'll see different responses there. But that's basically how we do this. Now, I can share this link now with anyone and they can fill out that form. So I can connect that to buttons on my website. I can send it out via email. I have a QR code as well, so if you want to print this off and allow people to scan this with their phones, it's going to take you to your feedback form here. And then if you want to edit this at any time, add on questions, change things, you can do that by clicking on the settings button there. Now, as I mentioned before, when you click on Create Survey, if you are on a pro account, we have pre-created lots of different surveys for you in here, from NPS surveys to CSAT surveys. All of this stuff you can click and create out of the box. So as an example, let's say, for example, I want to send out a subscription cancellation form. So once somebody's cancelled a subscription of my app, I want to send out a form just to basically ask them some questions. So rather than create a subscription form myself, I could just take this one right out of the box. So by selecting that template and clicking on use template at the bottom here, it's going to take me straight through here. I'm just going to leave it as subscription cancellation form. Of course, you can name it whatever you want. Create form, and that's going to take that template and it's going to create that for me. So if I click on questions now, as you can see here, we've already pre-built these questions for you. What's the primary reason for canceling? So we've already got all the multiple choice options down here, and this has been built based off of forms we've used and many of our users use as well, so that you can have pre-built forms ready to go without you having to create this from scratch every single time. But at any time you can click on create survey and go from scratch at the top left hand corner here to create your own customized survey responses. Now, once you start collecting feedback, not only do you collect feedback within the survey's responses here, as we saw before, but you can then also analyze this as well. Now, I don't have any surveys inside of my account here, but if I had a survey in here with hundreds of responses, rather than you have to read through those responses yourself to get insights and recommendations, you can actually come in here and talk to our Troof AI agent inside your account to get recommendations on your surveys as well. So it doesn't just work for reviews, you can also analyze any survey you build in here as well. And as I've said in other videos, the key here is getting as much customer data into your Troof account as possible, because that's where you're going to get the amazing insights and recommendations from. So that's how surveys work inside of Troof. You can create these right now and start collecting different types of feedback from your website, from your email follow-ups, or wherever else you want to collect feedback from, and you can start analyzing that data and improving your business from it as well.